beautiful souls. Welcome to the Angels and Awakening podcast. I'm your host and author, Julie Jancius. Friend, if you're anything like me, you didn't choose your spiritual awakening. It chose you. In 2015, I started hearing from my dad a month before I was told he had passed away. I worked with world-renowned healers to develop my gifts and piece together what was happening within me as I awakened spiritually. If you're listening to this podcast, friend, it's because your angels and loved ones in heaven led you here, because you're awakening too. Now, as much as your egoic mind would like it to be all over quickly, awakening spiritually, it isn't an event. You cannot go to one course or event and expect to know all there is to know about your spiritual health. And friend, that's what this all boils down to. To awaken spiritually is to become spiritually healthy. Your spiritual health is just as important as your physical health and emotional health. In fact, your spiritual health is the foundation on which everything else in your life is built upon. Your purpose in this life, your relationships, communicating with the other side, the energy in which you move through each day with ease and joy, your outlook on life. It's all built upon your spiritual health. And if your spiritual health is wobbly, everything else in your life can feel wobbly too. To become spiritually healthy requires an investment of your time and energy. Just like your physical health requires your time to eat healthy and move your body, and your emotional health requires your time to meet with a counselor regularly, your spiritual health requires a little bit of your time every day to learn skills and foundational principles that lead you to build a new world for yourself. A life filled with joy and peace. A life where you clearly understand why your soul is here and what you need to do to fulfill your purpose in this lifetime. And a life where you step into your power as a creator with confidence to manifest the relationships, abundance, freedom, and life that aligns with your soul. Now, you can absolutely spend years like I did trying to piece everything together by yourself. Or you can invest in your spiritual health by joining my Angel Membership Program, in which I've channeled 12 courses from the angels that walk you through every facet of your spiritual awakening. In 2022, my Angel Membership is focused on building community by connecting you with other women who want to talk about angels, signs, and communicating with the other side. A community of women who could become your lifelong friends. In addition, each month in 2022, there will be a new live workshop, 2 small group meetings, and a live healing circle. Friend, I want to help you step into your power as the soul God sent you here to be. But I can't help you unless I'm coaching you, and I can't coach you unless you're in my Angel Membership Program. If you'd like to learn more, message me on Instagram or book a free call to get all of your questions answered. Book your call on my website, theangelmedium.com, under the Angel Membership tab. When you register for the Angel Membership this month, I'll enter you into a drawing to win a free session with me. And I should mention that right now, being an annual Angel member is the only thing that guarantees you the ability to book a paid session with me. Friends, this next year is going to be your best year yet, and I'm so excited for all the good that is coming your way. Stay tuned at the end of this podcast to hear how you can get the Angel Membership for just $800 for the entire year, and a new meditation connecting you with messages from your loved ones in heaven. Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to the Angels and Awakening podcast. I'm your host, Julie Jancis, and today I am here with Adria, who is a part of my Angel Wellness Center. She is an astrologist who combines her knowledge of angel Reiki as she's gone through my angel Reiki school. So she works with your angels, bringing through intuitive information, messages, and combines that with your reading about your astrological chart. She's here with us today talking about the end of the year, the energy of December, and how we really wrap up the end of the year with some grace and really bring closure to the end of the year, the energies that we have to finish the year out strong. So, Adria, welcome to the show. I'm so excited you're here.
Hey, thanks, Julie. Thanks for having me back. I'm super excited to be here today.
Good, good. So I'm going to have you kind of take it away and talk about the energy of December.
Absolutely. So exciting. There's so much going on. I think everybody kind of feels all of the excitement, and coming off of November, which was, a really intense, I guess is the word I would use in terms of energy for the month. And just coming into December, I guess some really exciting things, and can't wait to share. So I'm just going to jump right in. As we start off December, actually, probably one of the biggest astrological events that we run into first is a new moon in Sagittarius, and it's actually a solar eclipse. So I want to talk a little about why that's so important and kind of what some of the energies are that we're going to be feeling from that solar eclipse. So right at the beginning of December, the new moon in Sagittarius. So let me talk a little about what sort of energy that's going to bring in. So Sagittarius, very different energy than what we were experiencing when we were in Scorpio, is going to be very optimistic, right? A little philosophy, some ethics, imagination, exploration, independence. So overall, I would say we switch from a very fixed and focused and intense energy to a very lighthearted, optimistic, easygoing, easy flowing kind of energy. But but it's rooted, right? So it has some substance to it too. It's not just all fun and games. Yeah.
What date does this switch happen? Because we're still in November, and let me tell you, I don't want to swear on the podcast, but it's effing heavy one right now. What day does this switch happen?
No kidding. Yeah, the sun actually goes into Sagittarius at the end of November. So we're recording this mid-November, but by about the 21st, 22nd, you're going to feel that.
Hallelujah. Oh, thank you. So we have this lighthearted energy all of December.
Yeah, it really lightens up. Scorpio is super heavy. Julie, it's a very deep emotion, and it can kind of feel like if you're trying to get things done, if you're working, sometimes it feels like you're like trying to run underwater is how I would describe that. Yeah.
Oh, totally.
It's heavy. Yeah, no, Sagittarius is really going to lighten that up a lot. So that will be wonderful. Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, continue.
Yes. So we do move into Sagittarius, and we start the month December there, but we have a solar eclipse on the 4th, which is beautiful, because what the solar eclipse is going to do is it's a new moon, right? So it's a dark moon. You don't see it in the sky, but it's really going to help us reset some of that energy coming in. So it's a beautiful time to, if you do any sort of new moon rituals, or if you just want to kind of get outside and feel the moon and feel the energy, I would highly recommend that, because it's going to be wonderful. If it's not too cold, I don't know what part of the country you're in, but here December 4th can be kind of chilly. So yeah. So a lot of, just freedom seeking experiences just really opening up around that time, which I think is amazing. So, and I have to say too, that, really from an astrological standpoint, this is the longest solar eclipse that we've had. I was doing some research on it in like 10 years. So I live in Midwestern United States, and when the actual eclipse happens is in the middle of the night. I won't be able to see it, not from this part of the world, but it's like 3 hours, Julie. So think about all that time that we're actually disconnecting that regular flow of energy between the moon and the sun. So yeah,
wow.
It's pretty crazy. Yeah.
That is. Oh, interesting.
Mm-hmm. Right. And there's some other planetary placements around that time or during the new moon that I think will also really help with a change of pace as it relates to how energetically it's going to feel. So Neptune actually goes direct in Pisces. All that means is Neptune is really our planet of dreams and ideals and beliefs and sometimes confusion. That can be the downside to Neptune, but it's going direct again, which when planets are in retrograde, it's kind of a time to rethink and repurpose and re-energize. So when things move direct, it just feels easier. It's like if they're going retrograde, it's just backwards and just kind of, But when they move forward, it's just sort of a peace tied to it. And it's in Pisces, which again is our intuitive, our artistic and really mystical sign. So yeah.
Love that.
Yes, that's going to be wonderful. So yeah, we start off the month completely different feel than what we've had, which I think we could all really, really use a bit of a break when it comes to that.
For sure.
Yes, yes. So I'll just keep going if that's okay. If you have any questions, just jump right on in. But yeah, as we get to the middle of the month, then so after the new moon in Sagittarius, the next real event is a full moon that happens in Gemini, and that's on the 18th of December. And why I really like that, again, to help us with December, because you know what? I don't know about you guys, but December is it can be stressful. You know, you've got Christmas and family and schedules are changing and so many things are happening. And there's just kind of a lot going on. And this particular moon, as we shift into the middle of the month, is a little more curious and playful, right? So it brings in some of that intellectual feeling, versatile, a little quicker to move, right? So things have been very slow. They've been very hard. And even Sagittarius gives us a break from that. But Gemini brings in a really nice flavor. That moon is really going to, I think, lighten us up and maybe put us in more of a social mood as we start to roll into some of the holiday time. So I think that's wonderful. Like I said, that's happening on the 18th of December. The caution I would give you around that time is really to stay focused. Okay. Sticking with schedules and routines will really help us because sometimes a lot of that lighthearted, fun energy can sort of get us distracted. And then what we had planned slips and then that can turn out to be stressful again. So I would just say with caution there, try and stick to schedules and routines. But yeah, it's a great time to improve communication and just really, have some, interaction, community. It's a great time for that.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Yes. Overall, too, I would say during all of these and really how we end the month strong is kind of about giving away your power because a lot of these energies can be a bit indecisive and it's going to be important for people to be confident and to go ahead and make the decisions that they need to make, right? Not procrastinate, get things done, be decisive and don't give away your power. Know that those decisions are yours and look inside your heart is what I always say. And that's really your intuition, your guide that's going to show you and help you through some of those, maybe tricky things.
Adria, talk to people about what you mean, or maybe give them a couple of examples. I had a boss when I was younger who would always say, like, read between the lines, Julie, read between the lines. And I'm like, I can't, just tell me what you want me to do and I'll do it. But what do you mean by don't give away your power? Explain that to people so that they get it.
From my perspective, I think sometimes we hear things a lot and then we think that they're true when we know in our heart that they're not. So when I say give away your power, I mean, use your intuition, use your brain and know what the answers are for you and what makes sense for you. And that can be something as simple as saying no. If you don't feel like signing up for, that's giving away your power. Your time, your energy is your power. Or allowing someone else to make a decision for you that maybe you really didn't want or, didn't really like to begin with. So they can be simple things. They can be more complicated things. Yeah, I can think of a lot of work examples too. But yeah, it's just about using your intuition and knowing what the right answer is for you and kind of sticking to it.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that.
So then after the full moon in Gemini, we've got a couple other, I guess, still a lot of stuff going on in December, and not to underestimate all of the intense energy that we've really been under all year, astrologically speaking, continues, and it kind of culminates at the end of December. So I want to talk a little bit about that. If you follow astrology at all, you've probably heard about the Saturn-Uranus square that's been happening this year. It hits actually 3 times to an exact square. And the third and final aspect happens at the end of December. And I want to just take a minute and explain that. I don't want to get too into, all of the signs and that sort of thing. But really what's happening is we're seeing a big conflict in the sky that I'm actually seeing, and I think most of us are sensing here on Earth as well. And it's really between these top-down structures of discipline and order and government and big business that have been in place for a really, really long time, with this spirit of or this energy around freedom and community. And it's just a very, very different way of looking at things. It's outside the box versus inside the box. It's just a pretty big difference, I guess you could say, that we've been running into all year. So that nonconformist, humanitarian, sort of unpredictable energy is going straight into what we've always known and what we've always done. And I'm seeing it. I mean, look around what's happening in the world. And I don't just mean with the US government, but how governments are formed and what information we're getting and how people are making their decisions. And I'm seeing and sensing, I mean, I know a lot of people that are like, well, I want to learn how to grow my own vegetables, and I want to be more self-sufficient, and I want to buy local and in my community. So that's sort of what's been happening all year. And a lot of people are talking about that. And that's really just an aspect between those two particular planets.
Let's go into this a little bit deeper, because I think right now in the spiritual community, and I don't want to get into any politics and I don't want to get into any, but there's a lot of misinformation out there, especially within the spiritual community right now. And I can see where there's a lot of fear mongering happening among the spiritual community as they kind of reach out to people who are listening to them. And it's hard. And what you and I have talked about, and we said that we would go deeper, didn't expect to go deeper live in front of people, as we have not talked about this before, but let's just go there. I don't think that there's anything to be fear-filled of. I think that we have to stay in a oneness energy. We have to look at things from, I think that what Archangel Michael just said is that we have to take the egoic mind out of it, our egoic mind out. There's a collective energy here that is working to come into play. And when you hear me say the angels are here to raise the vibration on Earth, this is part of it. And when you see it happening as part of your life cycle, we're here, this is happening, things are making big shifts, and there are going to continue to be these major big occurrences and big shifts. We have the choice to either go to this negative, dark place or not. And what the angels are asking of us is to not go there, right? And to not spew this toxicity amongst one another. You ever been in conversations and you don't want to, but it comes out like some gossipy thing? Or did you hear this is happening? And oh my God, doom and gloom. And you're like, why is this even coming out of my mouth. I think we have to check ourselves and what we're individually putting out into the world, because yes, there's a lot going on, but is it scary? I don't think so. You can look at it and say, everything's happening to shift and raise the vibrational frequency on here on Earth to take us to a better place. And that's the way that I choose to look at it. Adria, what about you?
I could not agree more. You know, it's funny, as I was preparing for this podcast, Spirit woke me up in the middle of the night 2 nights ago. And I was just sort of jotting some things down, but the message was so strong. And it was really around how we end the year strong. Cause that's my question. How do we do this? Just so much going on. How do we do it? And the answer is love frequency. It's holding that high vibration. However you get there, however you do that. But change is constant, Julie. And I mean, the stars are here to support the collective energy to the next phase. I don't think there's anything to be afraid of. Now, is there change happening? Yes. Is change always comfortable and easy? No, it's not. But I mean, it can be. It's taking us to a better place is how I look at it. But change is inevitable, right? Our bodies change. The earth changes. And this is just really a time of change. So yeah, I choose to take that high vibration aspect. And it's funny, and I wish I would have found it, but I was looking for, I had done some reading and I was doing some research, but there are actually studies that show that holding a high vibration at a certain megahertz impacts thousands of people at a lower frequency. I mean, there's actual studies on this stuff, and I don't have the data in front of me to quote. I wish I did, but people need to know that just holding a high vibration increases the vibration of the collective. That is what we want to gossip about. That is what we want to do.
Yes. Okay. So let's go into this, you and I, just a little deeper here. Have you ever been at a family party or like a bigger social gathering and two people get into a heated debate, right? And it's about opinions, right? And here they are, they're battling one another. I was in meditation one day this month, and Spirit said it all comes down to control. When it comes to raising the vibration here on Earth, what's happening is we're coming into a different way of thinking, a different consciousness. We're learning how to not think from the egoic mind as much and to live from the consciousness that is your intuition, the consciousness that's within oneness, God frequency, and connected to the knowledge of all that is. And so it's very, very fascinating, because what I see very, very clearly now is that people needing to voice their opinions or needing to be right in these situations comes down to the egoic mind within them, lashing out and needing to have some semblance of control. And I mean, this comes out in different situations too. I mean, this comes down in our own addictions in our own lives. And we're really facing this battle right now internally within ourselves of releasing and surrendering our need to control. And I think that's playing out too on a bigger scale. What do you say?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. And I mean, when we talk about oneness and just that different way of thinking, we've been conditioned and trained to shut down our intuition. We all have. I mean, we've had to undo that. And I've certainly been working on undoing that for the last several years. But yeah, it's, yes. 100%. But yeah, it's taking a different approach. And I want to ask you, because you were talking about, you're in a family situation and people are arguing. How do you handle that? Do you stay out of it? What do you do?
I go into a different room and then I hold my high vibration. No, what I have actually been doing the last couple of holiday seasons is I know the people who I'm going to run into who are always kind of the negative Nancy. When you talk to them, they're like, oh, like doom and gloom. And it's always a low vibrational conversation. And I intentionally, kind of around now, Thanksgiving time, start thinking about things that I'm going to say or positive things, that I can talk about, not about my own life, but just different research that's come up or different things or different topics around the world, high vibrational conversations or topics that I can bring in. And I plan that ahead of time so that when I'm having conversations personally with those people in those social settings, I'm ready, I'm armed. And that way, I kind of don't get trapped into a conversation I don't want to be in. I can steer the conversation sometimes to remain high vibe.
Yeah, no, that's really good. I usually just use the distraction tactic. I change the subject. Oh, what about, have we talked about, hey,
Yes. Yes. 100%.
Yeah. No, I love that. Yes.
That's amazing.
So yeah, I was going to comment though on what we were talking about, people always wanting to be right. And I think one of the things that I have personally really learned through all of this, and call it be the spiritual community or just church or your family or whatever, but there is a sense of division. Now, whether or not you say I'm on this side or I'm on that side, clearly, if your head is not in the sand, you know that there are some pretty big issues that are happening in our world today. And one of the things that I've really learned, and I hold true, is that, we all have our opinion, and maybe some of us are still formulating our opinion, or maybe we're not, and we're really, really set in one way. But I've just really found peace in that I don't have to agree with someone, and that's okay. And I think that they're really and I'm not trying to change anybody's mind. And I'm not even saying what specifically we're talking about, but you guys know what's going on. And that it's okay. And that's, I think that's part of what makes the collective. And it allows people to have their own opinion and not to be wronged or shamed or, talked down to. I think that's so sad. And I know it happens in the spiritual community too. And that's a shame. We should welcome each other with different opinions, with different beliefs, with different ways of looking at things, because maybe we're all going to the same destination, but we have a different path to get there, right?
That's it. Oh my gosh, you just hit the nail on the head. I think so many of us, what it is there's a lot of people talking now. You got to think, just back in 2011, when my daughter was born, we still turned on the 5 o'clock news, and we all got our news in the 80s, the 90s, the early 2000s from turning on the nightly news. And now we don't. Sometimes we get our news and different just information from different podcasts, and we've got different, outlets. And there's a lot of voices that have been added into the conversation in a very small time. And I find that the truth is often somewhere in the middle. I search for the truth within the vibrational frequencies of love, of joy, of peace, of bliss. And what's really fascinating, Adria, is a couple of years ago, I was in a session with this woman, and spirit, there's kind of this energy in a session when spirit's trying to show you something new, because when you're bringing through something that you've seen 1,000 times before, it's easy. You know what the sign or symbol is that they're trying to communicate. It's easy to just bring in what they want you to know. But when you're in a session and you're with this person and spirit's showing you something completely new, and they're very specific on what they're bringing in, they're very clear, but it's not like they can come across with a book and a manual and say, this is what it is. You're piecing it together as you go along. So the seraphim came in, and they were very clearly showing that with the snap of a finger that they can change corporate America, and they're going to. And they had no idea what they were talking about at the time. And a couple months later, COVID hit. and the skew of everything shifted. That's the power that the other side holds that we're not seeing. And so I don't live in a state of fear. Oh gosh, what if this happens? There's very serious issues on the table. I take those very seriously. However, I'm not going to allow them to put me in a state of fear within my life, because I truly believe that the other side has got this. Certain things are going to play out the way that they're supposed to be. I have my one teeny tiny little role here to play. I'll keep playing that. Everybody has their teeny tiny little part. They're here to play that. And when we stay, to your point before, in that state of oneness, we are going to shift and lift the state of this entire planet up, raise the vibration here. And I do know that we're coming into a new earth, a new world. And I'm excited about what that looks like. So instead of fear, let's live in that state of excitement about what it could be.
Absolutely. And that excitement about maybe the way that things weren't always working so well in our current state, you know? I mean, I'm sure you've heard analogies where people will hang on to a dead, dry bone because it's what they've had, because it's what they've known, when there's something really wonderful just waiting beyond wherever that safe zone is. And I couldn't agree more. I mean, I think I believe our world is moving to a new plane. I believe things are happening right now. And yeah, it's change. It's going to be change because we've got to get from here to there. But I'm not afraid either. I choose not to be. And it is a choice. It is a choice. And it's not easy always, but yeah.
Well, the seraphim are saying this is what we have to hold on to, because in the moment, it can be scary. I mean, think about going back to when we were in March of 2020 and we were just trying to understand what COVID is. I'm not saying that these negative things are going to be coming up. I don't look at them as negative, but I think there's going to be a lot more bigger shifting things happening. And you say that's coming astrology wise too. You know, you and I had this conversation where we were like, oh my gosh, what the angels are saying and what's lining up with astrology over the next couple of years are right on track with one another. If you took yourself back, I think COVID happened for a lot of different reasons. But if you take yourself back to the beginning of March and say, okay, everything worked out, everything was okay, you know, or in the long run, we're still here and we're still living and we're still moving forward. You could take that and apply it. I'm not saying this completely right, but when there's new things that come about in the future, instead of having panic energy within your body or this complete fear within your body, we can go to a state of, this is going to be okay. This too shall pass.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's going to be good.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, I think all of the connection that I've had with my spirit guides has really just been about, no, we've got this. We've got this, Adria, because just like everybody, I have my moments, and I had one a couple weeks ago, and it was funny because they were like, come on, because I have strange conversations. I don't know about you, but mine are really weird, you know, and they're like, come on, you don't have that. Come on. You don't have trust. You know better. You know, we're going to take care of this. Really? That's all you're going to give me, Adria? I mean, seriously, those are the kinds of things I was hearing. It's like, okay, all right. I know you guys, you've got this. Yes. But yeah, no, just coming back to the simple fact of being in oneness and being in that high vibration and just getting yourself there. You know what? Honestly, if it's 5 minutes, if it's 10 minutes twice a day, where you're just focusing on your breathing and you're just really letting yourself connect with spirit, that is what's going to make this world better and make this so much easier for everyone.
Yeah, I love that. All right. So finishing out the year strong. We've been in 2021. We've got 1 month left. How do people finish out the year strong?
Oh, the magic question, right? You know, one of the things I'm a firm believer in is planning and being realistic about what you can accomplish, right? So some people are overachievers. And some people just, struggle to get one to-do list done in months.
Why are you looking at me when you say that?
I don't know. I used to think I wrote the book on it, but then I met you. So I'm like, yeah.
I love you.
You win. Yeah.
No.
No, so finishing the year strong means understanding what you want to accomplish, right? So know what your goals are to finish the year with. And that's going to be so different for everyone, but then be concrete in how you're going to get that done, right? And the stars are here to help you. I just told you we've got a couple of beautiful lunar situations that are going to be happening in December where you can tap into some different energies. You can always connect with your spirit guides and get yourself into that high vibration and just really get plugged in there. But being specific about what we want to accomplish and being realistic and doing the things that we are believing in, not what someone else is telling us, not what we think we should because that's what we were taught, but really connecting with your intuition on what those values are and how we do that. And then the last thing, I'm just talking so much, you can't give me this much time to talk, Julie.
You're good. You're on a roll.
And, and the last part is to just be yourself and let yourself have a little fun. Yes, life is busy. I know it. I raised children. I've been I've worn a lot of different hats over the years. And I know, life can get busy, life can get hectic, but take some time for you and understand what that means.
Well, there's two things there. The first is the energy that's with you. This is one of the things that it's such a simplistic idea, but I have to work with my clients in the angel membership and the angel Reiki school sometimes for over a year before they really grasp what I'm trying to say here. There are so many people who look for, what you said, what are your goals? Be clear about what you want to get done. And they're looking for it outside of themselves, but it's in. It's in. Anything that spirit wants you to know, anything that your angels want you to know, you do not have to go search for it outside of yourself. It's within yourself. And it's knowing how to go within and access that energy. I describe it to a lot of my students like, there's time. Adria, what's your favorite thing to eat for dinner? Like, what's one of your favorite dinners?
Pasta. I love pasta.
Okay. So let's say, you're going about your day, you're getting some emails done, you have some sessions with your clients, you're doing some readings, maybe you're doing some astrological work, and you have this hankering for pasta. I've got this craving. I've got to have this pasta. Pasta is with you. You're having the sense of smell of it. You're thinking about, your mouth is watering as you're thinking about eating it. You're kind of visualizing, okay, you're going to put some Parmesan cheese on top. Are you going to have, the garlic bread that goes with it too? Where are you going to go out for it? Your favorite restaurant? Pasta is with you. The essence of it is with you. And so often, like when I was still working in corporate America, my energy wasn't in corporate America. It was in doing healing work, but I didn't know what that meant. And so the energy of being an entrepreneur was there, but I didn't want to see that because it meant so much change within my life. To this point, your messages, what you need to do in your life, your purpose, it's all within you. It's coming up in what you see and what you sense and what you feel. It's whether or not you're able to slow down, to tap into it, and whether or not you're really willing to look at the truth of it. There's another thing I wanted to say to your point of, gosh, this being like a mom and being I'm going to be 40 next month. It feels like such chaos sometimes. You come home to a full household. Sometimes my daughter has 3 friends over. You're constantly filling the pantry with snacks. You've got, you're trying to be a great wife, and you're trying to keep a great household and be great at your business and please everybody. And I've really come into flipping my perspective on this recently, because Spirit came in meditation yesterday, Adria, and they said, but what you don't see is you're in the golden years of your life. Your daughter is small and she's still there and she wants to be around you. And you have these 2 little puppies who just are pure love all the time. And your parents are still around. My mom and my stepdad are still here. My husband's parents are still here. Our entire families, right? Except for my dad, they're all still here. And they said, life's going to look a lot different 20 years from now. And you are in the glory days, the golden days of your life. And you're sitting here telling yourself, this is tiring. This is exhausting. This is chaos. And they said, you're seeing it wrong. And I started to get these tears in my eyes because I felt the energy of what it's going to be like 20 years from now, when some family members aren't here. And I started to get really, really grateful for just every moment of the chaos.
Oh, that is so true. That is so true. And I'm tearing up just listening to you talk, because it just brings all that emotion up inside of me. I'm about 10 years ahead of you. And I can assure you enough will change in just 10 years, because I've been an empty nester for a while. And yeah, all of those moments, yeah, you do. You look back on them. You're so much in a wonderful, beautiful place. It's tough. I know it. I mean, it's like, how many things can you have going at the same time? It's busy. It's hard. I was traveling all the time. It's, but it is absolutely a time to stop and look around and appreciate and enjoy what you have and where you are and who is with you every day. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Gosh. Yeah. So true. So true.
I love that. I love our time together, Adria. You're so amazing.
Oh, you're such a sweetie.
Was there anything else on your list that you wanted to bring to people today? Okay.
Yes. When I was up the other night, I wrote down some things, and Spirit gave them to me. I just really wanted to share just a couple of quick things. You are important. You do matter. You have a purpose, and we are all essential. All of us. So just a couple of things. And I'm not really sure why. I don't know who needed to hear that or who needs to hear that. I think we all need to hear that, but it's so true. And we lose perspective and we think we're just a number and we're just part of, all of the crazy. But as individuals, we are so important and we're so loved.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
That was it from me.
Everybody who's listening, I hope you follow me over on Instagram, because I'm sharing a post every week from Adria about the energy of the week. Over on Instagram, you can find me at Angel Podcast, and book a session with Adria. You can do that through my website, theangelmedium.com, and then just go to sessions and you can book with her right there. She will do a lot of work beforehand to pull together your astrological chart. You will need to know your birth date, your birth time, the year, the place in which you were born. That way she can pull together that information for you and come to your session prepared with your astrological reading. And she includes an angel reading in that, where she's not only looking at your chart, but also working with the angels to bring your specific messages to you to help you understand it, because your astrology chart, it's not scary whatsoever. If you're like me and you've had a bad reading in the past from somebody else, it's not scary. It's a roadmap. And Adria helps you to really understand that roadmap and how it's here to serve you, and can really guide you along your path. So definitely book a session with her. And we're actually doing gift cards, so I can announce this. If you want to purchase a gift card with one of the healers on my team, you can now do that for the holiday season over on theangelmedium.com. Thank you, Adria, for being here. I love our time together.
Oh, same. Thank you again, Julie.
Yes, you too. Friend, I'm going to explain to you how you can get the Angel membership for only $800 for the entire year. But first, we have a few open slots in the upcoming Angel Reiki School for those who want to develop their ability to bring through messages from the other side. You can register for that on my website. Also, you can help support this podcast by purchasing my new book, also called Angels and Awakening. Leave a 5-star positive review and I'll enter you into a drawing to win a free session with me. This month's winner is Jody H. Okay, so here's how you can get the Angel membership for $800 for the whole year. When you refer 2 new people to register for the annual Angel membership by February 2nd, I'm giving you an entire year of the Angel membership for free, which saves you $1,200. That means 3 people receive an entire year of the Angel membership for only $2,400. Here's where this gets fun. I know a few people who are splitting the savings with their friends so that each of the 3 people only pays $800 for the entire year of the Angel membership. And if you break down the numbers, that's like only paying $67 a month, which is crazy. Now, a lot of people are going to ask me, Julie, can we have this offer but only pay monthly? The answer to that is no, because of the high administrative costs I incur when processing monthly transactions. But the exciting news is that when you pay for the entire year up front, you and 2 friends could have the entire year of the Angel membership for only $800 each. When you do, you'll have immediate access to 11 previous courses, the new December 2021 course, Deepening Your Connection with Your Loved Ones in Heaven, the new January 2022 course of Manifestation and Co-Creation. You'll also get new live events almost every week, including workshops, group healings, small events with me in which I give a lot of mini readings, and annual members, they're the only people who have access to book a paid session with me in 2022. Okay, here's the fine print. To get this offer, you must sign up by February 2nd, 2022. And your 2 friends who sign up must be new to the Angel membership program. You can't just find 2 people who have already been in the Angel membership. These have to be 2 new people who've never been in the program before. To get this deal, have your 2 friends buy the Angel membership annual plan for $1,200 each on my website and make sure that they list your name as the referral. Then email us the full names of both of your friends at juliejancis@gmail.com to let us know they've signed up. And what we'll do is go in and set up your free account. Then you can pay your 2 friends $400 each so that they save too. Again, this does not apply to those who pay monthly. And if you've already paid for your 2022 membership in full, but find 2 people to sign up, email us and we'll refund you. Want more info? Visit theangelmedium.com and go to the Angel Membership tab where you can book a call with my team and they'll answer all of your questions. Friend, I'm so excited to work with you all year long. All right, are you ready to connect with your angels? Only continue listening if you're not driving or operating machinery. I want you to start by getting relaxed, and I want you to start by taking a deep breath in, and then a deep breath out. Let's do that one more time. Deep breath in, and then a deep breath out. I want you to feel a great love and peace surrounding you on all sides and moving through your physical body. And with your imagination, I want you to see all of your loved ones in heaven. Oh, it's as if they're right in front of you, smiling at you. They reach out and they embrace you with a big group hug. And as they do, you feel an overwhelming, palpable sense of love. Your loved ones step back from this embrace in order to communicate loving, positive messages to you. I want you to see one of your loved ones stepping forward who will communicate these loving messages on behalf of the entire group. And what they want you to know is that today, as you receive these messages, your inner child is standing to the left of you. Your higher self is standing to the right of you, and they're both holding your hand. Your loved one on the other side, who's speaking on behalf of all on your spirit team, they ask you to sit down with them in a place that feels loving and comforting to you, perhaps on a couch or a bench. And now you can see yourself sitting one-on-one, just you and your loved one. Know that everyone else didn't disappear. They're still there. It's just that you can no longer see them, so that your energy is highly focused, your attention is focused just on that one loved one in front of you. This loved one, they take your hand, they look into your eyes, and you can just feel that their love for you, it overflows from their being. And they say to you, I am so, so proud of you. Your entire spirit team is so incredibly proud of you. We see that you're tired, exhausted even. And we want to take this time with you to not only replenish, refresh, rejuvenate your energy, but also take away your fears. They say there is so much fear that fills your mind, so much worry, stress that fills your physical body. Too much, they say. Your loved one in heaven says, this fear within you, it's not serving you. In fact, this fear within you is acting as an energetic dam. This fear within you keeps you spinning in a cycle of anxiety, confusion, and self-doubt. And as you're swimming in this anxiety, confusion, and self-doubt, it keeps you from being bold and taking action on the big dreams that God placed within your heart. Big dreams that would lead you to an extraordinary life. Your loved ones say, your fear keeps you small. Your loved one in heaven looks at you and says, when your fears keep you small, your energy small, your space small, there is no room within you for your big dreams, for your soul's purpose. And over time, this fear pushes your big dreams and your purpose to the side, which can cause you to feel less like yourself. Your loved one in heaven says, we are proud of you no matter what you do, and we want the best for you. The best possible outcomes and the best possible future. It's right around the corner for you. You've worked so hard and you're almost there. Keep going. Your loved one in heaven says, your job is to make space for your dreams. Your job is to talk back to the fears within your head so your fears cannot push your dreams away. Your job is to daydream more, imagine more, research more, and pray to God until you hear what loving, positive step you are to take next in your path. Then your job is to take that leap. I'm going to repeat that last line because that is so important. Your loved ones in heaven say, your job is to take that leap with faith. Your entire spirit team, including all of your loved ones in heaven and all of your angels, they step forward and they ask you to look within your heart at all of the potential that is already within you. As you peer within your heart, it's like Alice in Wonderland, looking down a tunnel only to see a huge world inside of it. Beautiful soul, your potential is infinite, unlimited. Your soul is tapped into God's limitless well of knowledge, strength, and your spirit team's message to you is this: there's nothing you can't do, period. Your spirit team says what matters more is what you want to do. Perhaps you just want to take a break this next year to reset, to spend time with your family. Awesome! Do that! Perhaps there's a dream within you that you're ready to take action on and you feel this is your year. Awesome! Do that. Perhaps you don't know exactly what you want, in which case your spirit team says, we've got you, and we're going to help you figure this out. Friend, your spirit team looks at you and says 2022 is going to be your best year yet, but they need you to believe that's true. And for those of you who are grieving the loss of a loved one, I'm so sorry for the pain you are going through. I need you to know that your loved ones just stopped me, knelt down by you, lifted your chin, and whispered, I need you to believe that your greatest years are ahead of you. For me, please believe this is true. For all of you, your guardian angel has the biggest smile on their face. They're showing me images of all the good that is coming to you in 2022, and they're grinning ear to ear with excitement for you. Your guardian angel just whispered in your ear, all of the images you're seeing now in this meditation, and all the images that flicker into your mind in the coming weeks, they're from me. I'm showing you all of the good that is to come in 2022. You're not making this up within your head. What your guardian angel says is that what they're showing you is the positive, loving future that awaits you. Your guardian angel says, take what I'm showing you and build upon it. Build a bigger daydream off the nuggets of information I'm showing you. Friend, that's part of how co-creation and manifestation work. Our December course teaches you how to deepen your connection with your loved ones in heaven, and our January course teaches you how to manifest, or better yet, co-create the life your soul came here to live. You can sign up for these courses individually or get them right away when you sign up for the Angel Membership Annual Plan. To close out this meditation, please see all of your angels and all of your loved ones in heaven coming in to give you a big, huge hug. As they do, they fill your entire body with an overflowing, radiant love. They say, use this love to fuel you. Know how just very proud of you we are, and be very, very, very excited about all that's to come in 2022. Friends, I love you. They love you. Open up your heart to all of the blessings they're bringing into your life right now.